You guys know that I'm always looking for history resources that are not a textbook. So that's why I'm excited to share with you today History by Mail. History by Mail is a subscription service that sends you replicas of historical documents every month. I will have a link down there and a coupon code, so stay tuned towards the end and I'll get you that coupon code. Now, I received 5 from the company as a sampler so I can share with you. This is not a sponsored video, but be upfront that I did get these as a, just so I can share them with you. I have not looked at them yet. We're going to do an unboxing together, or unpapering, enveloping, whatever you would call that. But I will have a review of them later on. Look for a video, I don't know, honestly, probably a couple months, maybe longer. We know me. The 5 I received were a letter from Annie Oakley to President McKinley, 1898, Eisenhower's Order of the Day and Sketch of a D-Day Platoon Leader, 1944. That one is timely because we were just talking about Saving Private Ryan. My boys haven't seen it yet, but I was just reading an article about the opening scene and how they approached it. So, we're discussing it and another book that Matthew's getting ready to read, so it'll all tie in together. Oh goodness. World War I rationing cards and nursery rhyme. Check for the purchase of Alaska, and police report and bus diagram from Rosa Parks' arrest, 1955. Okay, so let's do the check for purchase of Alaska first, 1868. The envelopes are a nice, thicker quality, kind of what you would expect from a historical looking document. So the check, wow, it is hard to read. I'm glad they told me what it says because I wouldn't know. So there's the front and the back. And then with each document, you get a little letter or a little explanation of it first, or to go with it. There are various themes of documents of different types, and then in each one there's 4. So this one is part of the American Expansion series, and it's the third of the 4 documents from that series. It says, encloses the Treasury warrant the U.S. used to purchase Alaska from Russia in 1868. Governments used Treasury warrants to authorize large payments. With a purchase price of $7.2 million, America acquired nearly 600,000 square miles of territory for less than 2 cents per acre. And then there's a section about the early settlement of Alaska, meaning like when the Russians came first, so mid-17th century. We're talking, obviously we are not talking truly early settlement. Then there's a section about the treaty with Russia, Alaskan statehood. Yeah, so I think that I'm actually going to save this one for when we do our Fat Bear unit next fall. If you're wondering, that bear is behind me. I always get questions about like where I am when I sit someplace differently. Lately, I've been taping on the other side of the room, and if you've been with me a long time, right there is where I used to tape. Facing this way, the wall part of the wall right behind me is one you've seen a lot if you've been with me for a while. This room is our schoolroom, and we have changed it, or changed the arrangement of it almost every year. So the next one, police report and bus diagram from the Rosa Park. So you get a copy, of course, of her fingerprints, the diagram of the bus. This would be great to do with a little mini forensic unit about fingerprints. They are not a super clear version of her fingerprints. Obviously, like that's pretty hard to do since these are a copy of a copy type of thing. But still, it could be fun to grab some ink and do your own fingerprints to go with it. And in the back of it has the police report, which is so short. I would love to know how it would compare to a police report today. It just says, we received a call upon arrival. The bus operator said he had a colored female sitting in the white section of the bus and would not move. We also saw her. The bus operator signed a warrant for her. Rosa Park, 634 Cleveland Court, was charged with Chapter 6, Section 11 of the Montgomery City Code. And then it has her warrant number. Yeah, it's weird just to see. It's just not that long ago. If you don't know, have your kids look up what happened to her later and what famous pizza chain helped take care of her. And then legacy, so kind of what happened to her afterwards. Next one is the World War I rationing card and nursery rhyme. Except that's not what I got. I actually got, You're Going to Employ Women, U.S. War Department pamphlet, April 1st, 1943. Which is just amusing. First of all, I'm surprised that this came out not until 1943. I would have thought it would have come out sooner. Okay, so let's look at the little pamphlet. It is a pretty small little thing here. So, use trained personnel women. She can counsel with management on training, job simplifications, and all general employment policies. She can give sympathetic attention to home problems. Are men not able to do that? And she can arrange for childcare. Women are pliant and adaptable. Dexterous, finger nimble. Women can be trained to do almost any job you've got. I like this. It's easy to laugh at something like this, and my boys will. But it's also a great opportunity for discussion because why was it so, I don't know, why was it necessary, I guess, that they put out something like this? And talking to your kids about women in the workforce at the time and lack thereof. And so, yes, it's ridiculous, but it's also just that reminder that we're viewing that with a lens of 2023. And the lens of 1943 would have been obviously far, far different. And I think that's an important thing to discuss. I try to do it a lot with my kids. She needs afternoon rest intervals. I agree. Remember, a woman worker is not a man. In many jobs, she's a substitute, like plastics instead of metal. She has special characteristics that lend themselves to new and sometimes superior uses. I don't know how I feel about being described as she has sometimes superior uses. Not that women couldn't obviously be better employees in many ways or have different, whatever, but that word uses is. If you've ever used these or if you have another subscription service that you like in your homeschool, I'd love to know what it is. Leave it down there. It's when Eisenhower's Order of the Day and sketch of a D-Day platoon leader. Okay, that's what we got this time. So, this one, oh wow. What I'd like to know about this, and maybe it'll tell me, is what the sketch was used for. Like, is it a modern day sketch so that we can see, or was this actually used for some reason? That's interesting. And then on the back is the letter that Eisenhower wrote. You've probably heard parts of it before. Your task will not be an easy one. Your enemy is well trained, well equipped, and battle hardened. He will fight savagely. But this is the year 1944. Our home fronts have given us an overwhelming superiority in weapons and munitions of war and placed at our disposal great reserves of trained fighting men. Good luck. To go along with this one, again, make a great little small unit study. But one thing to have your kids look for is have them search about D-Day and the weather. I didn't know until recently, a few years ago, when we were doing Story of the World once, about how the weather played into it. So there's a thing for them to research. Again, a little intro article, and then the sections are D-Day planning, Operation Overlord, the Battle of Normandy, and this is the second of the 4 documents in the World War II series. I think these would be really good to use as like part of a morning basket type of thing, or just a mini unit study. Since they are broken, they have the different like the topics broken down with it, you could easily grab a short YouTube video about each of those. And I think each of those have had like 4 or 5 subcategories. So grab one each day and you've got a little week-long mini study. Easy way to expand upon it. The last one is the letter from Annie Oakley to President McKinley in 1898. Okay, so we've got her letterhead, I guess. A success in all countries. Annie Oakley, America's representative lady shot. Miss Oakley has appeared before all the royalty and nobility of Europe, including their R.H. the Prince and Princess of Wales, before whom she has given fine exhibitions. Ooh, she was at the World's Fair in Chicago. I don't think I knew that. All right, so then it's got her letter. And then this one is the transcript of it, which is good because even as someone who can read cursive, this is pretty hard to read. Yeah. The letter says, the Honorable William McKinley, President, which is a funny way of addressing that even that kind of thing is a great learning discussion topic, because we would never say it that way now, and how those kind of formalities change. Dear Sir, I for one feel confident that your good judgment will carry America safely through without war. But in case of such an event, I'm ready to place a company of 50 lady sharpshooters at your disposal. Every one of them will be an American, and as they will furnish their own arms and ammunition, will be little, if any, expense to the government. Very truly, Annie Oakley. I have no idea about that. I'm assuming that she was not called upon and her lady sharpshooters, but that would be a fun thing to research. Well, you know what? Probably don't have to research it. It may be right here. I forgot about the extra letter. So we have a section about the Spanish-American War and one about Annie Oakley. And let's see. This is the first of 4 documents in the Celebrity Correspondence with Presidents series. To learn more about Annie Oakley, including a libel suit she brought against 55 newspapers, visit. So on each of these, to learn more about the series, they give you a website address. Now, if you are interested in checking it out, link down there. Use the code Breakroom10 to save an extra 10% off of your subscription. You can try out you can start with just a 1-month subscription if you want to try it out and see if it's going to be a great fit for your family. There's also a 6-month and a 12-month subscription service. And if you want to know some of the other things we've loved for history, click on the playlist on your screen. I'll see you over there.